Hello everyone, welcome to CSE Core Concepts in the Computer Network series. This is an introduction video about the computer networks. What are computer networks and what are the uses of it? And of course, we are going to discuss about some of the hardware components and software components of the computer networks. So, what is basically a computer network? It is a system of connected devices that can share some resources. Okay, so you have multiple devices which are connected to each other, and there are certain resources. Now, resources could be your hardware resources like printers, scanners, etc., or it could be your other resources such as your memory or your data, some software resources such as some database, tables, etc. So these resources can be shared and can be communicated with each other. So you have autonomous computers, they are interconnected by a single technology. So with the help of networking, they allow the computers that we can access shared information. Let's say some files are there. So multiple clients wants to share among themselves, or a common printer is there and it is being shared by multiple workstations. Then you can transfer the data, collaborate with different types of networks, and you can of course exchange information. And this type of communication can be set up using some copper wires, fiber optics, microwaves, infrared rays, or communication satellites. So microwaves, infrared rays, communication satellites, basically they are the wireless technologies, whereas copper wires and fiber optics are the wired technologies. Now, now let us have a look at the hardware components. So the hardware components are before going to the hardware components, let me discuss about the two important dimensions of the hardware. That is, first important factor for a network hardware is the technology with what it is using. Like what is the type of data communication between the sender and the receiver. So the type of communication can either be a point-to-point link, that is two computers are dedicatedly connected to each other, or secondly they can be a broadcast link that one computer is releasing messages for number of computers. So basically a point-to-point link will help to connect different pairs of machines, and you will require as many links, as many computers you want to connect. So basically it is an example is a telephone call. So one person is calling to another. So that link is a dedicated connection for that time, right? So that is a point to point link. Second type of is the broadcast links, which we can see in television and radio broadcast, where from one station the data is released. Okay, maybe a cricket match or maybe a FM program, and all those devices who are connected to that channel will receive the signals. If you are releasing some cricket match, so if you have switched on your TV, your television set is capturing the data, or if you have tuned into some radio FM, so you are capturing the data, but the transmission is being done only from one source and multiple receivers are there. Those types of links are called as the broadcast links. Then comes the second dimension is the scalability. Scalability or scale means what is the range of your network. So you have different types of ranges, like so the smallest range is the personal area network. It is that is very small range. Then comes your local area network, metropolitan area network, and the wide area network. So basically what is a personal area network is that when we are connecting, like suppose if I have a wireless mouse or I have a wireless headphone. So it is connected with my laptop and the connectivity range is very less. I cannot take my mouse to some other place and operate my laptop, right? So the range is very limited, or you are using a mobile hotspot, right? So that hotspot range is also very limited. So these are the examples of a personal area network. Then comes your local area network. So local area network is basically what a higher range in the range of 100 meter to 10 kilometer. Example, your labs in your schools or colleges. Then you have the metropolitan area network, little higher than your local area network. Like if you want to cover a whole city or cover a whole area. And then comes your wireless area network, which is a global networks for a country or something. So the range is huge for a wireless area network. Now let us have a look at the different hardware devices which we require in order to set up a computer network. That is, first we require a server. As its name suggests, it provides services to the clients. Then comes your client machine, which are the end devices which are requesting the services from the server, and they can be either workstations. Then you have routers. You might have seen these type of devices. Now, eventually, when we will go ahead with this topic, with this course, we will realize that when one network data is to be sent from one system to another system, that time the data is flowing. Now, that system may not be point to point connected, but it can be a far away, right? So it has to travel a long distance. So directly it does not go. So there are routers, which are devices which will take the packet from one data from one system, and it will forward it to the next system, right? So they are called as routers. They help in routing the packets or the data. Then comes a network switch. This type of D-Link switch you might have seen. They help to connect the devices to a network, right? So you can have, it is used to switching method to receive, process and transfer the data. So if you don't connect to this switch, maybe in a local area network or any other network, you will not be able to receive and transmit the data. Then there is a bridge. Bridge is something, as its name suggests, which is helping to connect two networks. So you have two networks and they get connected via a bridge device. Then you have firewalls. Firewalls are used for filtering the packets, right? Bad packets. So what do we mean by bad packets? Let's say we are receiving data from an unknown source or a fishy IP address. So these firewall devices, they can be softwares or a combination of software or hardware, and they are going to filter out those unauthorized IP addresses or unauthorized data which we are receiving. So it acts as a protection mechanism for the network. Then comes the network interface card, which helps to physically connect to the devices. You might have seen such type of network interface cards in your computers. You have the cable, which acts as a medium to connect to the different types of devices. And modems act as modulators and demodulators. So you might have seen this type of modem installed when you want to install a internet connection. So they are going to take your digital signal, convert into analog signal, or take the analog signal, convert into digital signals. Then there is a device called repeater. So when your data is traveling very far, so data can get attenuated or less, or can get weak. Okay, so for longer distances, repeaters help in retransmitting the data. You have gateway devices. They are gateways, that is an interface. So they help in connecting multiple networks by converting the protocols, by bridging the problems or the differences between the two networks. And as a part of the network software, it is what? A collection of programs which help us to manage a network and of course take care of the security of the network by preventing the unauthorized accesses and unauthorized various cyber attacks and restrict access to the unauthorized people. So basically network softwares are installed into the network hardwares. It can be installed not only in the server but also in the routers, switches. You can install them. Routers use the network software to route or find out the next possible route for the data. Like this they travel, right? So network software, you can network operating system is also a software. So operating system is a server software, right? So they help us in reliability to the user, helps there is an administrator, network administrator, who is operating the network server. So his work is to install the OS, take care of all the data flowing in the network, take care of all the possibilities, possible attacks. Okay, so this is his work, is to maintain and improve the network by using the network software. So install a network operating system, make it as a server for the network, connect it to the different workstations, check if unauthorized users are not using. So this is the work of a network administrator. So this is just a brief introduction about the network, computer networks. In my upcoming video, we are going to discuss about the various network topologies, that is the different types of network structures. And keep an eye on the channel and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to CSE Core Concepts. Thank you.